Hi, my name is Melissa Chappelle, and I thought I would do a mini poetry reading from my new book on Amazon called Dreams in Isolation, The World in Shadow, Poems of Resilience and Hope, published by Alien Buddha Press. The first poem I'd like to read is called Elmhurst, O Elmhurst. And I would first like to start with a correction. I thought I had corrected this in the text, but I might have put in the wrong copy of this. Elmhurst is the only public hospital in New York City. In the text, it says New York State, but it's supposed to be New York City. And it was founded in 1832 as a hospital for the poor. But the first poem I will read is called Elmhurst, O Elmhurst. Elmhurst, O Elmhurst, I did not know you in your mothering shift of glass and mortar. I ticked off your name in my mind as you caught my ear on the morning radio, Elmhurst. This as I authored my own survival. Perhaps I may be one of the remnant. Perhaps the wasting bane may steal away on some wing of the breeze. But no, Corona prefers to steal the air from the ravaged world. So that one day I saw on my 52-inch screen Elmhurst with an almost snake-like refrigerated truck parked outside its venerable walls. The vile work of Corona, unmasked by the shining light of day, so that the wretched of God gathered at the hem of her cheerless garments, the poor and the dead thronging around her. She has mothered them for generations. Now they lie dead in the emergency room, with none to kiss their brow. She weeps over those who have waited so long to be sheltered by her. Yet she rejoices in those who leave her, walking from her doors. Elmhurst, O Elmhurst, I did not know you in your mothering shift of glass and mortar. Yet now I catch the genesis of the most improbable invitation on a wind that comes out of the surly darkness. Breathe, breathe. I will keep your going out and your coming in. This for the poor who gather around the shabby fringes of the earth. This for you, O Elmhurst, from this time on and forevermore. The second poem I would like to read is Easter Falling. Easter Falling. Easter falling amongst the dogwoods found you and me together on that risen day. All creation burgeoning forth in my body at the settling of your umber eyes upon mine, which could not turn away, which could not turn away. And the dogwoods bruise so easily now, as they know as well as I, that what has been created here will, in its tended holy season, become uncreated, as did you and I. The next poem I would like to read is called Threshing Floor. The night you slept, a secret kept inside my mouth, we shared supper at your harvest table. Wild Alaskan salmon lately swimming the Bering Sea, steamed broccoli, its florets glistening, Yeast rolls from the oven warm as you next to me, the aroma blossoming throughout the kitchen into a fragrant memory. We played a game. You reveal a secret, then I reveal mine. You picked at your broccoli when the conversation began to relocate itself from nonchalance to gravitas. My secret could make or break us, you said. I laid down my fork, my skin suddenly sensitive to the coarse seams of his white cotton shirt. Your eyes caught mine for as often as you could bear it, a butterfly, flashing from flower to flower, hiding in the spaces between seconds, your voice sometimes quavering. The secret was a formidable one that you wrapped in a small package of words. When the gale finally passed, your windswept oceanic eyes settled into mine, the waves rolling, asking, not asking. My silence mused softly, gauging the tenebrous gradients of my concealed rooms, the serpentine stairs, then the rose windows of harboring light. Standing, I took your hand and led you up to the threshing floor, the refiner's room of floating white linen, where we lay hold of deliverance, where grace falls like bruised flowers. The next poem I would like to read is called After the Storm, a poem for Easter Monday. I awoke to the wind splitting the vernal air, raging from the south, the deep morning howling like death in chains. After it was over, light was poured out of a broken jar, as is the most precious balm. I walked the yard to see all that had been broken. Then I saw, sturdily attached to the limb of the pin oak, wound tight with twigs, some scrupulous bird's nest, bound round in perfection. It had been stripped of nothing by the stalking wind, not even one twig. I peered deep inside its hollow, dark cavern, and saw that it was empty, the jealous darkness telling a story of new life somewhere, heart racing, blazing in song across our wearied sight. Finally, I'll end on Timbered Dreams in memory of my father. There are traces of you here among the world of these words, the red clay earth that lies heavy after a rain, the lordly trees stretching to scrape the heart of God, the night tinseled with constellations, giant planets slow in their turning, the umbrous woods bearing out the bone-racking shriek of the screech owl. Learn to tell the tree by its bark, Melissa, not by its leaves. In the winter, the leaves are gone. Put your hand on this bark. Feel the furrows in it. That's an ash. Don't be afraid. Reach around in that cedar stump hole. Did you find the kindling? Now take a big whiff of it. Isn't that scent sweet? Do you see Mars over there on the horizon? It's the red planet. Mars was the god of war. Melissa, do you know what to do if you get lost in the woods? Look for a strand of barbed wire and follow it out. It will always lead you somewhere. I'm lost a good bit, Daddy, for it seems that I'm always looking for strands of barbed wire. Like barbed wire, you are tangled up throughout these pages, leading me from here to there, from the romantic to the sorrowful to the exultant. There are traces of you among these timbered words. You are as ever present as the stars above me. I find you in my expression, in my passions, and I too am a beggar of beauty. Never leave me, Daddy. I know I've been lost. I've got the barbed scars to prove it. But in the tenebrous night, I dream the gift you gave me, the timbered dreams of everlasting. Thank you for listening. These have been poems read from Dreams in Isolation, The World in Shadow, Poems of Hope and Resilience, that you can find on Amazon.com by Melissa A. Chappelle. Thanks.